Hello, hello, North Node Seekers. We are doing a reading, timeless reading for you from the Archangel Metatron. So I'm doing one introduction for all of the signs. And what I have been called to do for the collective is this reading where you hear from Metatron what you need to hear to align with your highest timeline and activate your North Node destiny. I'll be using cards from an Archangel Metatron Oracle deck, and I've been encouraged to explain to you which cards I'm going to be using for this reading so that you have an understanding what energies this session will be anchored in. If you are eager just to get to your reading, it is timestamped below and you can jump ahead to that. So we'll be starting with the Archangel Metatron deck, and I've been asked to read directly from the guidebook for those cards that I pull. And then I was given the B Tarot. And the B Tarot is significant because the B stands for industriousness. Bees are not hustling. They're moving from their instinct of what to do. And in doing that, which comes naturally to them, they not only create their own abundance, but stabilize and provide foundations for abundance of the entire globe, really. And then after the Bee Tarot, I will be pulling from this Making Magic Oracle. So you can tap into some practical magic, some practical tools of how to move forward. And then I will end with the Sacred Forest. And the message I got when I was drawn to this particular deck, the Sacred Forest here, which has a unicorn on it. And I got my unicorn here hanging with me for this reading. And the message I received is the earth is supporting you. Your destiny is programmed into your earth star chakra. Connect deeply with the earth on a regular basis. Do not take her for granted. She sustains your life and asks nothing of you in return. She is the great mother of all living things. Okay, and with that, I will jump into your reading. Enjoy. Hello, everyone with your North Node in Gemini. Welcome to your reading, timeless reading from Metatron. Let's jump into your first cards here. The center of your reading is transformation, light and dark. So I'm going to read that card directly from the guidebook, and then I will flip over what is crowning your reading and what is at the root of your reading. So, card 31, which is 13 backwards, transformation. Which figure on this card do you relate to? The dark shadow of your own fear or the empowered light-filled divine you? This is a challenging question, since in truth, both are aspects of yourself. Within you are both light and shade, illumination and shadow, love and hate, and peace and anxiety. Living in a dualistic world, you have a dualistic nature, and it serves you well to try to integrate and understand all parts of yourself. Pushing away one's shadow doesn't work, whether it appears as jealousy, rage, greed, or spite. Instead, you are asked to understand and work through why such feelings arise and where they come from, and realize it is usually because of an absence of love. Our shadow often wants to keep us small, to keep us doing what we know, rather than trying something new. It feeds off old patterns that haven't been worked through, from panic and low self-esteem to something greater still. If you have done the shadow work, the card then asks you to question which figure you give the most attention to. Transformation happens when we choose the light over our shadow selves and turn like a flower to the sun, the greatest energy source of our planet and life force. The image is a reminder to choose light every day, to move forward and reach for sunlight rather than hide ourselves in darkness. Darkness and shadow can play into ego's hands, playing small, judgment, blame, drama, victim mentality. It takes many forms. However, we are here to shine brightly. We cannot do so from a place of total darkness. The sunlight in the picture brings not just illumination to the one who is free, but illuminates and brings warmth to the heavier side of ourselves that we all carry. The stronger and more powerful energy is the light. It can and will escape the clutches of anything that tries to contain it. What is left behind is but an empty shell, and we learn to look back with compassion at what blocked our way and the lessons we learned from our struggle. By doing this, we transform not just ourselves, but the darkness too. We learn to live with it, but not allow it to control us, to love all parts of ourself, and to walk the highest path we can, moment to moment, day by day. By doing so, we conquer the battle within and allow our light to win. Okay, so that is the center of your reading, Gemini North Node. And then crowning your reading is, beautiful card, Cosmos. Card 20 mirrors you. And I'll just read the one-liner from the book for that. It says, what you feel as random, chaotic, and disjointed in your world is a result of your scattered thoughts, words, and feelings that you have sent out into the greater universe, either consciously or unconsciously. And then at the root of your reading, you have passion, love for life. And that card says, you are reminded to seek that which makes you truly happy. So, what you need to know to start with, Gemini North Node, to align you with your highest timeline and activate your North Node destiny, is that it's very important what energy where you're focusing your energy and what energy you put out into the universe, what energy you put out into the ethers. You're being advised that which you are experiencing has been put out by your energy field, either consciously or unconsciously. And you're being encouraged to empower yourself with that knowledge. Let's jump into your tarot. What does Gemini North Node need to know? Two of Wands, that popped out earlier when I was pre-shuffling. Five of Jars, that just flew for you. What else does Gemini North Node need to know? Archangel Metatron, messages for Gemini North Node. Oh, you got the Two of Swords that fell behind me. And then the Emperor and the King of Pentacles. Ooh, hey. You have two cards of choice and indecision. The Two of Wands and the Two of Swords. Well, what I feel mostly is that your thoughts and your actions are not in alignment. And or they're scattered. The same way you have here these two figures, they're pointing to me this, they're two figures of light and dark. You have the Two of Wands and you have the Two of Swords. So sometimes you put action into either light or dark. Some of your actions are in the light, some of your actions feed the shadow. Some of your thoughts feed the light, some of your actions feed the shadow. This is common amongst most of us. But this is what you need to know specifically, what needs to be brought into the light of your awareness so that you can be discerning and make the necessary adjustments that you need to make. What master are you serving is the sentence that I heard. Which master are you serving, the light or the dark? Both of them exist, both of them are real within you. You have a choice of which of those energies you are going to feed. Which dragon will you feed? I'm just going to focus there. There you go. With the Five of Jars, I feel when you release what you have lost, you will gain more than you ever thought possible. When you release what you've lost, you'll gain more than you thought possible. But it requires that you surrender the grief. I heard the word grief specifically. You surrender the grief and the woe is me. Why did this happen to me? You're being encouraged to approach that task with a neutral mindset. By releasing the grief, you're not saying that what happened was okay, it was for the best. There's no toxic positivity or effort to to minimize your emotions or belittle your emotions towards whatever is in these three jars that broke. It's your conscious decision to move forward in the light, knowing that the shadow, the weight will benefit from the light that you're investing in, from what you're investing in here, the new beginning, the alternative path, the golden path, the one that is not led with is not led with your head, it's not led with your ambition, it's led with your heart. Some of your disappointments are because it was led by ambition and intellect, but not your heart. This message is coming up in different ways for each sign. It has its own flavor for each sign, but the following of the heart's desire and tapping into the heart and healing the heart has come up in some way for every reading so far. So but this is at the root of everything for you. The center is a transformation, and the root is the love for life, the passion, the heart-led thought and action. And then at the end here, you have the Emperor and the King of Pentacles. And I just heard boss. You are much more capable of leading, but you're a certain type of leader. It's a very benevolent leader. It's a heart-led leadership. But leaders also are not weighed down by other people's opinions, and they're not weighed down by their failures of the past. Anyone who has any great, meaningful success has failed many times. Some of the people that you would consider the most successful have failed many times. But people, you don't need 100 successes. You may have 100 small successes and then one huge one, which which snowballs into one big success. But you can have thousands, tens of thousands of failures, big and small, because you're navigating. And as you learn what doesn't work, you find what does work. I'm going to come back to that energy, but I'm going to pull your making magic cards, see what practical actions are recommended for you. Thank you, Archangel Metatron, for your guidance for Gemini North Node. What do they need to know at this time? Okay, it'll probably be my last reading for the day. I'm already feeling less chatty. I've talked a lot today. Okay, so we have triple spiral, listening to divine wisdom and joyfully learning life's lessons. You're being asked to approach tasks with an open mind and with a learner's mentality, and not for the outcome, but for the process. There are things that you need to learn to activate your highest timeline, to align with your highest timeline, to activate your North Node destiny. That is, the outcome is less important than the process, the journey, the relationships, the being in the now moment, and the experience that you gain in the now moment. By being fully present, you reveal wisdom, the wisdom that is embedded in your surroundings and within yourself. If you're really listening to someone that you work with, for example, you may hear things, they may reveal things about their personality that makes you understand how to work with them better, for example. You may have a certain thought run through your mind, and then something beeps, or a bird shrieks, or a light flickers. They want you to pay attention to be in your experiences, truly experience your experiences. It will tell you a lot about yourself. It reflects a lot back to you for you to be stronger and wiser moving forward. Then you have the power symbol. Cleanse, purify, and protect the physical body. Okay, some of you may have experienced an injury or an illness. If you've had aspirations that require a certain physical prowess, then your emotional well-being and your energetic well-being will contribute to the rejuvenation of your physical body. But also, a lot of your emotional weight can be washed away physically. Salt baths with smoke. Normally, nowadays, I'm getting recommendations for using smoke, drying local plants. So, where you live, find something local at a local herbalist shop or new age shop, rather than using the standards like that people say, like Palo Santo or sage. It's very important that, because they're showing me the house here on this land, it's very important that you utilize medicine of your region. When I say medicine, could be naturopathic medicine, but also just herbal magic, the local water from the river or stream or pond. Not that you're drinking it, but to make like protective sprays. There's something for your alignment, Gemini North Node, that requires you to be connected to your body and to utilize local nature in your practice of cleansing and protection. Happy love, a joyful, stable partnership, and good friends. Appreciate your relationships and see your relationships as a mirror. See your relationships as a mirror. If there's a relationship that is not reciprocal, then ask yourself why you entertain this relationship. You'll find that deficits in your relationships especially in those relationships that you allow to continue in a deficit, meaning you're giving more, you're more committed, you're more positive towards the person than they are towards you, you will find that there is an inner shadow aspect in yourself that feeds into why you stay in that dynamic. Pour more energy into the relationships that are light, that feed your light, that encourage you, that make you laugh, that make you feel fulfilled when you hang up the phone or when you leave their company. You feel good. If it's anything else, then it needs reevaluation and it may need deletion from your life. And then we have Felix Felicitas, power symbol to create lucky serendipitous. Yep, I said that right. Serendipitous events. Luck is on your side. And you have luck is in your hands. Telling me luck is in your hands. You are the creator of your luck. This is you opening your arms wide to receive luck. You have to, not only do you create it, it just is floating around and you just open yourself to it. You just say, yeah, I'm ready for some luck. And you'll get it. This is the energy of your alignment, that you believe in luck wholeheartedly, luck, miracles, and you believe that luck can enter your life in any way at any time. Now, these are not the cards I want to take right now, but I'll save them for after. I have your 2 final oracles, but I would like to take 2 more tarot cards just to wrap up. Yep, thank you. Thank you. So you got the 5 of Swords. We're going to put on top here, 5 of Swords, and the Three of Jars. Yes. So for me, this is mirroring my last sentence, right? Of who, what relationships you entertain, and why are you entertaining these relationships? What thoughts do you entertain, and why are you entertaining these thoughts? If there's anything negative, anything that you don't like, anything toxic, anything, why me? Why this? Why that? Why don't they treat me this way? Why don't they respect me? Why are you there? Why are you energetically engaging with it? And can you choose to engage less with it? People tend to really change. Something switches something on in them when you do not engage anymore. So let's say you just you're always battling a coworker, or when someone makes a snide comment, you say something back, or you shrink away. What if you were to just not care at all and just didn't feed it, didn't talk about how crappy they are to you at work, didn't complain about it, didn't, you make whatever complaints you can formally in your job if that's something available to you. But once that's done, like, what would happen if you withdraw your consent and withdraw your participation? What would happen? Find out what happens. Find out what happens when you withdraw from the competition and from the baiting your grief, rage, reaction, whatever that reaction may be, and be in this, okay, well, I'm going to talk to the people I like. I'm going to do the tasks that I like. I'm going to, you know, get through what I need to get through with certain people if I'm obligated to work with them. I'm just using work as an example. I'm going to get through working with them, but after that, yeah, I'm not going to engage with them on anything personal. I'm going to keep it to the facts and numbers of the work, and I'm going to, yeah, just disengage. The universe will shift in your favor. This will bring you, this is an activation for you to disengage from the shadow and engage with the light in any way and anywhere you can find it. Even if you think in situation A, oh, there's not really much I can do, there's not much I can change, I have no options. Two of Swords, I have no options in that situation. Do it in other parts of your life. It will spill over. You're being guided that it will spill over, but you have to start the process somewhere. Your final oracles are Owl Spirit, Wisdom. Yes, you see, you said if you slow down and you actually listen and are fully engaged, wisdom will be revealed. So, they're just giving me another example. You're in a meeting with someone who tends to belittle you in front of the boss and or make fun of your ideas, blah blah blah. And that puts you into a state of mind where you feel tense and you feel like everybody's looking at you and judging you based on what this person said. What if you were not to get tense and let the person, you don't know what other people are thinking and how that other person looks like to the rest of the team or the boss, right? You may find allies in the room. You may find opportunities. You may find secret information, right? that you can take advantage of. You may find things that make your job, you may find something, a solution that no one else found because they were too busy being catty with each other. Right? Step back and let the wisdom reveal itself. Disengage, be completely present in the moment. Sorry, let me say that sentence again. Disengage from grief and anxiety. Be completely present in the moment, and wisdom will reveal itself. Your guides will show you, and your higher self will show you. And then you have elves, playfulness. Yeah. Have fun. Have fun with figuring this out. Have fun with finding your alignment with this activation. If people aren't fun, don't hang out with them. Just stop answering their calls, stop answering their messages. Maybe you need to hard block and delete some people with no notice whatsoever. You deserve fun. And this life is for you to try things out and not take everything so seriously. Follow your joy and your playful spirit, Gemini North Node. And that is what I have for you today. Check the description box below for any readings I have on offer, any other digital or physical products. And of course, I always appreciate if you like and subscribe, perhaps share. And I will see you next time. Until then, take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now.